Hello explorers. So in this video, as you can see, we are visiting a house that stood time. It stood back since 1980s, the last recorded thing we found in this house. I'm sorry for the voiceover, I had a mic issue with the camera, so please excuse me talking. I'm not going to talk loads, but yeah, as you can see in this video, just on the previous clip there, the plants are literally hanging on the wall dead. And the creepy feel you get through this house, walking up, seeing the wallpaper draping off the walls. I love all this natural decay, no vandalising. This place is just literally falling down itself. Unfortunately, you will notice in this video there isn't any kitchen that we could show. As you can see here in the clip here, the flooring is completely caved in on the upstairs bathroom, which has fallen down through into the kitchen, which has barricaded the door, so we couldn't actually make way in there. And all the floor around here is completely soft. But this place is an actual time capsule. The last person to be recorded here was a lady who was suddenly found dead in her bed. But the creepy feel you get here is like something's watching over you all the time. As you can see, the amount of cobwebs around the windows, that no one stood in here for a long time. There's just so much stuff. And as you're walking around here, you get like a Blair Witch kind of feel, like something's going to jump out on you, pop in your face any minute. It's just like a random chair and the old-fashioned Hoover sitting there, just waiting to be plugged in. In the hallway you can just tell by the old, maybe 70s, maybe 60s, maybe 80s decor. And the bed's still made. Or maybe the family, when they found it, they pulled the sheet back and made it. And as far as I'm aware of what I found out so far in this place, is the husband passed away 10 years prior or something round about there to the woman. And the stuff still sat here. And the white mould building up on top of the wardrobes. Hence why I've got the gloves on, guys, and I've also got a full respirator on my face. The little cotton wheels. I wanted to go back and redo this video, but unfortunately the house is completely not allowed to go. The police turned up at the end. Look how the time stood still on 6:30 on the clock. And the old bottles sat in the cupboard. I love the old torch, and the match is sitting right next to the candle. So it's really old school. It reminds me like of a Victorian style house. The old perfume bottles and medicine bottles. Imagine going to bed, walking up the stairs with your little candle. Love the old fireplace. A very religious family. Just a mould building everywhere. This reminds me of like an old doctor's case. So maybe he was a doctor. Look at the black mould appearing on the walls behind. Such an amazing house. And you can see all the little hats sitting there. It's so sad. I'm guessing I don't need to speak a lot, as the video kind of shows itself, what you're seeing. Loving the hairbrush. It looks like solid silver on the back, and the old shoes sat there. And the old oil lamps. You imagine laying in that room of night and the little oil lamps are just flickering away. The old cigar box case. And the binoculars. So just laying back on your bed. And just the glow of the candle beside you. And just enough paraffin in there to stay alight for a while, the lights. We'll come back to this in a minute, but it's an old inkwell thing, I believe. Inside, like ink. Maybe a fire scoop there for the... I'm not actually sure what this is. But walking down this corridor, you feel like something's around you, like something's going around your neck. This room is completely cluttered. But the dust in here and the smell was unreal. More hats and the ladies' fur coats. I'm loving these. I don't know what these are called, but it was pretty exact and still working. It was fairly dry. Just a little ornament sat there. And a little bed with a guest room, or maybe it was his room. A lot of old people did that in the day later on. They have separate rooms later on. I'm guessing after maybe 40, 50 years of marriage, you might have to have a separate room. This little thing here I've just passed very quickly. The little weather gauge. My nan and granddad had one. So the little man would come out in his rain mac. And then when it's sunny, the lady would come out with her frilly dress. You can see just through here, behind the nets, how nature's completely taken the window. And the amount of bugs lying. Apologies for this voiceover. I'm just literally winging it as I'm walking now, watching the video. So please go easy with me, guys, in the comments, please. I've got a lot of videos coming. The amount of dust and decay. There's so many unexplainable things as well. Look at the old bath soap in boxes. And here I'm just kind of trying to dig through things to try and make a history. I believe this is the a picture of Winston Churchill. Very cool. As you can see with my light off, the room is very gloomy and dark due to the overgrown behind the windows. So not much natural light's getting in anymore. Another fur coat. Just loving the antique wardrobe's kind of style effects. And down here is a decaying animal. Now I don't know how it would even get on in the wardrobe and die. Maybe it's a taxidermist and it's just rotting, I don't know. But it completely stinks. Even with this PP-free mask on, I can still smell the rotting decay. And little shoes with white mould on them and stuff. It makes me so sad though, walking around in here thinking this could be my house one day, that the family's just up and left. The old perfume bottles. Things are just decaying as I'm picking them up. I just love to have people stored things as well. Just any little box you could find or little container. We all do it. And when I was younger, even if a yogurt pot, you would kind of wash it out and you'd store it, or you'd make something from it. Again, another fireplace room. We couldn't really see central heating in a lot of rooms, so I'm guessing that obviously they did rely on the fires. But you can see the amount of stuff in here. It would take me days, weeks to go through all this stuff, to kind of put a story to it. This is so old. It's an old, like an invoice thing. So just looking at this window, there's like an old necklace or something there that's completely covered by cobwebs. So we're on the second floor here. This is one of the other bedrooms. It was very tight to get in here, so excuse the limited amount of recording in here that I could do. I literally, with a huge rucksack on my back, I just couldn't move in here. A little wicker basket. A little pots and pans, and next to the bed you can see there the old, I think they're like urine pots, or I don't know the actual name of them. And I couldn't even get round to the other side of the bed due to the hole in the floor. The flooring's literally caving. It was just a very risky explore. Look at the detail on these wardrobes. And the old pot, the little tins, like boot polish tins. So how they've collected and kept them, or even purchased a load for maybe, I don't know, storing stuff in, which is very random. But there's hundreds of them. I'm going to make my way up to the third floor. So as I venture on the third floor, look at the old like church list, maybe a timetable. Again, the decay, cobwebs. There's some huge spiders in this place. Now spiders don't bother me, so not a problem. It's just boxes of stuff that's not even come out of their own boxes. And like stuff's been put away for years and years. I just love the old packaging stuff. The pastry cutter. And the old sign there. Like new laid eggs. So it'd be on like a building or something. I love the old building signs. So walking through the hall of the third floor, already there's like a little side piece with like a certificate and a letter that's completely sealed still. Completely sealed. It made me want to undo it and see what it said. And years ago you used to be able to do things like this. You'd have photos printed onto postcards. I mean, you possibly could still do it today, I don't know, but it's cool. I mean, it's just brilliant having an old letter still sealed. The temptation to open it was crazy. I just really wanted to. So coming down to the end of the corridor, you can see, is this an old Victorian style wheelchair? I don't know. Does anyone want to put a date? Put in the comments below. Again, the bowl, the bedside bowl, are they called, or something? I'm not sure. Some nice, beautiful taxidermies with a nice owl. A beautiful clock. Another bird. Anything I don't like about taxidermists, I mean, are they natural deaths, or like they surely don't kill innocent animals to stuff them as such? Again, I just picked up an old picture. If anyone wants to guess what that bird's called, if you can see it there, just about. This wheelchair though is absolutely beautiful for a wheelchair. I'm just coming into one of the attic rooms. Now this room, it's a shame because you're not hearing what I'm saying when I'm actually recording this, when I was live on camera, because in this room here, the actual door behind me that I just came through actually closed, and it felt so cold in there, like something didn't want me to be in this room. And this is when I use my busted gimbal, so my camera is a little bit shaky around in this footage. I wasn't going to list this video, but I wanted you to see it, because I know I won't be able to go back here. Look at this. This Explorer's address is completely still packaged. Well, it's an outfit anyway, maybe another fur coat, sorry, but it's still packaged, never been out, with the receipt in top. Now again, to some people it's junk, but for me to find it, it's absolutely amazing. Like I get excited about stuff that's complete time capsules. Trying to get the lid off here, just to show you again. It's basically more outfits and knitting patterns and stuff, and the whole little magazines. What's that? 3.5D the price. It's old English pennies, money. When you think about it, in our lifetime, we actually all do keep so much junk. I'm not saying this is junk, but even in my house now, if I went through stuff in the drawers, you'd think, why do you even keep that? But we do. Alright, that award of merit. The only reason I didn't open that fully is because of the address. It could show where I am. And to keep this place safe for the owners, we tend not to give them out to anyone. It's not because we want to be horrible, it's the fact that we want to try and preserve these places. And the fact that we did bump into the owner at the end. And she was very tearful. But we showed her the way we got in, because she wasn't aware that the door and window was completely missing. Just you could see it was rotten through. It was literally just nothing there. She lost her mother and just didn't want to go in there. But we explained everything, and in the end, what we do and how we do it, and she was fine, but just didn't want us to come back, which is fair enough. This is why I said this footage I've got now, I've got to use. The little door that's carved into the part of the chimney stack. I'm really sorry about the footage. These are like tin tags or something, like tags you'd put on stuff. And the old fire fender in front of me. Again, an old tea, like for tea bags. And everything came in little tin pots and stuff years ago. Now it's been taken by plastic. This is cool. If anyone knows what this is, comment below. It's just like an old bucket, but with the Queen's crown on it. And the shotgun shells. Shame we didn't find the gun. So coming back down the corridor, look at the two little chairs. Now these chairs are beautiful, but I also get a creepy feel like two kids, like laughter, and Annabelle maybe sitting there.
Guys, this place is so old and the power's still on. This is the fourth bedroom. Is this the fourth bedroom?
Yeah, fourth bedroom.
Wow. So guys, the ceiling's falling down, the cobwebs are coming in, nature's taking over. But the power is still on. Look at this. Everything's just decaying. Such a shame, man, that there's so much. Look at that.
Oh shit, we got to get a picture of that.
It's so cool.
Yeah, David, can we get a picture?
Look at that, the master of voice. Back, loving the picture. so many stuff. It's like the wardrobe's just exploded all over the bed. It's a certificate for secondary school public examinations. Just look at these stairs. This place is so creepy. Where the Hoover's still sitting there waiting to be used. It's just completely stood still.
What's up, explorers? So Dave from Abandoned World Explorer. We had to cut the video short. The owner, the police all arrived. The owner was very tearful. When we explained that we didn't break in, we showed her how we got in. She was actually amazed that part of the house had actually collapsed, where she'd never gone in there since the passing of her mum, which is really sad, really. And she's actually quite intrigued to see the house inside. So what we've managed to do, the video, I'm sorry about the voiceover, but we're going to send her the link. She doesn't want me to share it, like the location, with anyone, so guys, please don't ask where it is. I can't give it to you, just out of due respect to the family. But guys, there's been a massive dip in the channel. I want to get the channel back up. Let's get exploring, get out there, share my content, hit that like button. The more likes, the more views. I promise you, the bigger the channel, we're going to get out there and show you a hell of a lot more. But obviously the decline in the channel, if it does happen, obviously we're not going to be able to explore much longer, and I don't want to do that. But it is due to my own problems that I've not been posting up enough lately, due to health problems, family problems, you name it. 219 is a sucker. It's really sort of kicked me up the butt. But guys, stay tuned for the more adventures that are coming. I'm going to try and get one up every week, at least one a week, possibly on a Tuesday, so stay tuned. If you are new to the channel, check out the rest of the videos. I promise you, hopefully, that you'll think they're better than this. But guys, stay tuned, see you soon, love you all, every one of you, even the negative ones, love you too. See you soon for the next adventure. So guys, for more abandoned videos, check the links there, or there. I think that's it. But check out the channel for any more, guys.